Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Now today's video is what's on my iPhone 2021 because it might give you guys some ideas on some apps to download. But then in the comment section down below, there's normally a community of people just kind of shooting out different apps that people might be interested in. So let's get right into the video here. So right now I am currently using the iPhone 12 Pro Max in Pacific Blue, the 128GB model. I have the SpeedGen clear case on my phone, and in my opinion, it is the best clear case for the new iPhones. It took me a long time to find a good one, but this is definitely the best in my opinion. The background that I'm currently using on my lock screen is actually a Mac background. It's one of my favorite designs they've ever made, and I think it looks really good and unique. Alright, let's get started and unlock the phone here with the Face ID. So right off the bat, yes, I know I have a lot of apps, but I promise you I do use them a lot. I know the average person probably has a lot less than this, but that just means we have a lot to talk about in this video. So let's start with the top left here. So what my games. I don't really play too much, but whenever I get bored, that's when I pop these guys up here. So I've got Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, some Mario Kart, Marvel Contest of Champions, Stick War Legacy, Knock 'em All, and a golf game. I got really into golf this summer and into the golf gaming as well on my phone here. Bloons Tower Defense Battles. This is probably the game that I play the most. This is a game that I used to play when I was younger, and I don't know why, I just really like it. It's strategy based and you can play online against people, and I just really like that for whatever reason. But anyways, then you've got Among Us, which is huge. It's came out in 2020, I believe, and you know, everyone was playing that at one point. Then my next part right here, Apple. So I've got my digital remote, my Apple Watch app, the Find My app, Numbers, App Store, Notes, iMovie, Pages, and the Translate app, which I'm excited to try out the Translate app whenever traveling becomes a thing again, because right now I can't really, you know, use it. But I think it'll be a pretty nice app to have, especially if you're going to a country that you have like no idea how to speak the native language there. So I think it's going to be a cool app whenever I can actually like use it. Then the next part here, we've got investing. So I've got my Apple stocks, my Yahoo Finance, my Borrowell credit score. I've got the Wall Street Journal and the IBD app. Now, Investors Business Daily, so basically what it does is it gives you all of the trends and stats and news about stocks, and I got really into stock trading this year, or actually 2020, so last year, but this app is really good. So those are all of the apps that I currently use for investing. Then my next one right here, this is my finance stuff, so all of my personal banking. I have a bunch of different bank accounts because what I like to do is credit card churning. I won't really get into it too much on this channel specifically, but my Austin Meds channel is about fitness and finance, so I can maybe explain that a little bit further in that channel because it is finance related. But those are all of the different accounts that I have. My favorite one right here on the bottom right is Mocha. What it does is it rounds up your purchases, uses that for investing, and you don't even have to manage it. Someone else manages it for you. So really cool, and it's a Canadian app. Then I've got my travel here. So obviously I can't really use any of this right now because it's, you know, I'm just kind of stuck at home. There's actually a stay-at-home order right now, so I literally shouldn't be leaving to go anywhere besides like the grocery store. But that's all the travel apps I have here. Then entertainment. Now, I'm into pretty much everything, like, you know, like I'm into anime. I just watched all of Cobra Kai in the last 2-3 days. But anyways, I've got Crave, Netflix, Prime Video, Funimation, Apple TV, and Disney Plus with CTV at the bottom there. Now, I'm a big fan of entertainment. I have a entertainment-based channel as well. That one's Austin TV, where I talk about movies and shows, so I've definitely got to, you know, watch a lot, and those are the streaming services that I personally use right now. Then the next part here is Apple II. So I've got just basic Apple apps again. So the camera, the calculator, clock, contacts, phone, weather, files, and FaceTime. Now, something I want to utilize more is FaceTime. I feel like I never, like, ever use FaceTime, but it's obviously a good way to keep in contact with your friends and family during a pandemic. So I might have to take that up a little bit more. Then I have a music folder here. So this has Amazon Music, which I personally don't really use. I'm more of an Apple Music guy, but I have Spotify as well, which I kind of use it once in a while. Then I have Shazam, so if I ever hear a good song, I don't miss it, and I just add it to my Apple Music library. Then GarageBand for music editing. Then my food apps here. Now, the pandemic got me really into food delivery service. I was a huge skip the dishes guy when the first part of the pandemic hit, I think in around March. And those are all of the apps that I currently use. And some of them are like restaurant ratings, which would be like Yelp. And then OpenTable is for reserving restaurants. So I guess you can't really do that now either because of the pandemic, but if I wanted to go to, let's say like the Keg, I can actually book a table through OpenTable, which is pretty cool. Then I've got shopping. Now, online shopping is on the rise, of course, with the whole pandemic, so I've got all of these different shopping apps here. My favorite is probably Amazon and Lululemon. I basically made my entire closet Lululemon in 2020 and, continuing with that in 2021, so I've been on that app a lot. Then I've got my photography apps here. So this is all of the stuff that I use for either Instagram or thumbnails for YouTube and so on. So Photoshop Express. We've got the Layout app for Instagram photos and stories. Visco, Artleap, Lightroom, which is by far my favorite one that I utilize the most. Then I have my Apple Photos, Snapseed for thumbnail creation. Then my DJI Mimo, I thought it was called Osmo. But that app, basically I use it for my DJI Osmo tripod, and you can actually control it from your phone and have the tripod like move around, which is pretty cool. Then my next folder is health. So this is all like fitness related stuff, of course. So I've got the Gymshark training app, which this one's kind of cool because it gives you home workouts and so on, because most gyms are closed right now. So it's nice to have, like exercises readily available to utilize. Now I just got this phone, so I still got to sign in to a bunch of my apps here, like this one. But anyways, I've got F45 training. I've got the Apple Health app. Now, I barely wore my Apple Watch today, so that's why it doesn't look like anything has really happened. But let's see. 2,323 steps today. That is very bad. Probably going to hop on the treadmill after this video, to be honest. Then I've got my Movati Athletic, because that's a gym that I used to go to. I should probably delete that. Then Fit for Less, which is another gym that I go to. Then I've got the Nike Run Club app, because I'm getting more into running. And I find when you have like running specific things like apps and, different things like that, you want to run more, if that makes sense. Then I've got another gym that I go to, which is Crunch, and sadly all of those guys are closed, so I'm just working out in my basement at home, but it's not that bad, to be honest. I have a pretty decent setup. Then I've got my YouTube folder here, so AdSense, Social Blade, Subcount, Google Trends for trending topics, most of the time relating to tech. Then I've got the Google app, Chrome, Squarespace, Mac Rumors, and Apple Track. Then my sports folder here, Vivid Seats for all of the sports tickets whenever, sports comes back, hopefully sometime soon. That's where I buy all of my tickets, right in there. You get a digital ticket with a barcode and then your QR code, and then they just scan it at the venue and you're good. Then, if you guys didn't know, I can't speak English today. I am a huge soccer fan. So me personally, I'm a big Premier League fan. That's like the #1 league that I personally watch, and I'm a Manchester United fan. I know a lot of you are probably going to hate on me for that, because it's one of the most hated clubs in the entire world, hands down. But I'm a huge fantasy player. I'll show you my fantasy team that's playing starting this weekend, so in a couple of days or so. But yeah, big fantasy guy. I absolutely love Premier League fantasy, and I highly recommend it for pretty much anyone that likes soccer. Then I've got the NHL app. I want to get more into NHL games this year. Then NBA, I've got The Score. So it just gives me all of the scores, which, kind of makes sense. It's called The Score. But anyways, a couple games that I'm following today here: Raptors, Rockets, and Arsenal. And yeah, so some good basketball games on tonight. Then, what do we got here? I've got DAZN, where I stream all of my Premier League soccer games. I got the Champions League app, Sportsnet, and TSN. Then my lifestyle apps here, so Insight Timer, Daily Teachings, Headspace, 10% Vision Board, Audible, Books, Bible, and Motivation. So this is all like mindset and motivation based apps. Highly recommend pretty much all of them, to be honest, but yeah, really, really good. I normally use these in the morning because when I first wake up, it's all about personal development, and most of these apps play a part in that, so highly recommend them. Then I've got my business stuff, so for like YouTube and Instagram and Amazon and all that kind of stuff. This is how I run everything, like literally everything. PayPal, QuickBooks is for like tax purposes. I've got Payoneer for international payments, Genius Link, Social Blade, Gmail, Web Broker. I guess that one should probably be in my investing spot, but for whatever reason it's there. Then YouTube Studio and Amazon Associates. So that's kind of how I run everything, is in that folder. So it's super, super important. Then I've just got basic Apple apps like Settings, Safari, YouTube, Calendar, Home, Podcasts, Fitness. Now Fitness, I do want to talk about this specifically for a second here because Fitness Plus is awesome. I've used it a few times now and I really like it. The trainers are good, the music is good, the quality of the workouts is pretty good, and there's a whole bunch of different time frames too. You can do like 10 minutes all the way up to like an hour, and it's really, really good. Like I said, the trainers are good, they motivate you and everything, and I normally try to do like a 10 to 20 minute yoga every single morning now using Fitness Plus, so really, really good. I highly recommend that. Then I've got Myfitnesspal for all of my food tracking. Now, today I haven't really tracked too much, just my breakfast, but if I go to... I didn't track yesterday either. Holy, I'm not doing good here. Monday was a... Holy man, I gotta track better. I am slacking here, so that's a goal. I'm glad I put this on camera because now I'm going to visualize that and actually work on it. But yeah, Myfitnesspal is great. I just haven't really been going too hard with it, but clearly I need to get back on that. Then social media here. These are all of the apps that I currently use. My favorite is probably Instagram. That's just hands down one of the best apps on anyone's phone, really. You know, photo, video, everything, shopping now too. It's just a great app overall. And then all the other apps there I use pretty much every single day as well. LinkedIn probably the least though. Then over here I've got reminders, so a whole bunch of things here, but it's nice to just have like a to-do list readily available on your phone. Then I've got YouTube Studio. That's how I run all of my YouTube stuff from the phone. It's a little bit laggy for whatever reason. I find on the desktop it's a lot more accurate, but on the YouTube Studio app, it's way off for some reason. But like views and likes and stuff, that's accurate, but all of the analytics is off for whatever reason. Then I've got messages, which is just, you know, messages. You send messages and receive them. Next page here, we've got photo and video. So these are some of the apps that I use for some photo editing, boomerangs, mostly stories, to be honest, for Instagram. But to be completely honest, I don't really use these that much. It's really like on a rare occasion that I'm going to use any of those apps on that folder specifically. Then I have the future, which is all smart home tech. So I've got like my Roomba app, my Nanoleaf lights, smart connectors, everything. Phillips Hue, Alexa's, everything is in this little folder here. Then I've got Apple 3, so I've got the Apple Support app, shopping, just basic random Apple apps that I wouldn't want like on my actual home screen taking up space, so I put them in a folder here, so that's the ones there. One that I want to use more though is the news app, because I'm basically getting all of my news from Twitter, and I sometimes want to read like an actual well-written article and not just like a tweet, you know, with like 2 sentences. So I want to get more into the news app for sure. Then I've got entertainment, which is more like movie theater, I guess, is what the app should be called. So it's Scene Points, which is what the Cineplex chain in Canada. I'm not sure if they're international, but that's the movie theater in Canada, like the biggest one, Cineplex, which you can see I have that app as well. But you can use Scene Points at Cineplex and get like free popcorn and movies and stuff, which is pretty cool. Then Imdb for all of my movie ratings, reviews, and news and stuff. This is a really, really helpful app. Oh, there's Cobra Kai. I really like season 3, so I definitely recommend Cobra Kai. Yeah, it's just a great show. Then I've got shopping too, which I'll probably be adding more apps as I, find them. But as of right now, it's just Shopify and Wayfair, so it's looking pretty dry in that folder. Then I've got a nerdy folder, so Lego instructions. So this is kind of funny, kind of cool, depending if you like Lego or not. But I used to love Lego when I was little, and I'm getting a little bit more into it now. More of the like collector type Lego, not like the toys. So like I want to get the Lego Death Star. I want to get the Lego Corvette, the Lego Old Trafford because I'm a Man U fan. And having digital instructions is really helpful on a phone or an iPad, so that's why I did that. Then I've got some Marvel apps for comics there. Then I've got Fandom, which I think I've signed into, maybe not. Which basically has to do with video games, movies, and all the nerdy stuff all in one app, and it's really, really good. Then I've got the Funko app because I used to be like a hardcore collector of Funko Pops, but lately I've been downsizing my collection and just keeping the ones that I really like. Other than that, Reddit, OLG Lottery, this one's kind of cool because you can just scan your lottery ticket and you don't have to actually, like scratch it, because I don't even like to carry like coins anymore. So for me to scratch it, I've got to use like some random stuff in the house to be able to do it. But you can see here, you just scan the little barcode and then there you go. What else here? We got the Tesla app. Now, I don't have a Tesla yet, but I see it as like motivation. You see the Tesla app and then you're like motivated to want to work harder to get one, if that makes sense. It's all about like visualization, which comes into that personal development stuff. But personally, I like to see it because it makes me want to work harder. But other than that, Indeed Jobs, we've got Apple Canada, which brings you right to the website there. So if I want to buy something in an instant, just boom, right there and done. Then I've got Bet365 for sports betting. I've got my insurance through Allstate there. My Bell app, which is for my Bell bills. That's a lot of B's in that sentence. I don't like that. But other than that, that's how I pay my phone bill. Then I've got the Allstate app. I've got Best Buy, which I should probably put in the Shopping 2 app on the top left there. Then I've got gaming. So I've got all of my gaming apps because I normally have a console from every like company. So like Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, all of those, I normally have every console that's available. So that's why I have those apps there. Then Twitch, I just got into Twitch like maybe a month or two ago. I haven't been super consistent with it, but if you guys want to check it out, it's Austin_meds. Then I've got the FIFA 21 companion app because like I said, I'm into soccer and I'm of course into FIFA. Then I've got some work apps here. Now, I know you guys probably saw that little app with the fire logo there. That's actually one of my favorite apps. That's my fire making app. It gives you tutorials on how to build the best fires. I'm just kidding. It's a temperature app, and basically what it does is like if you get too hot, it gives you a notification. It's flu season. You don't want a fever or anything. All right, I need to shut up now. That's probably why I'm single. Then we've got Tinder. Yes, I'm single again. That sounded sad again. But yeah, the only way to like really meet women now is through your phone. Unless you bump into them in a grocery store with a mask on, but I want to be respectful, keep the social distance. How much time are we at on here? Holy smokes, 18 minutes. Okay, let's wrap this up. Okay, so that's what is on my phone in 2021. One thing I forgot to mention is my background was actually the CN Tower in Toronto. Now, this plays into that whole visualization thing that I was just talking about with that Tesla, because I do want to move downtown Toronto. I know right now is not like the best time because COVID is just nuts right now, but I've always wanted to move downtown Toronto, and that's why I'm working so hard on my YouTube business. And hopefully by this time next year, I'll be recording in my own apartment. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you got some ideas on some apps to possibly download on your phone. If there's any apps that you think I might like or someone else might like, leave a comment down below. Other than that, thanks for watching the video. We will definitely be making another version of this video down the line, whether that's 6 months from now or at the beginning of 2022. But that is it. If you guys watched all the way to the end, you guys are nuts. Just crazy, I tell you. Listening to me sit here in my basement talk about my phone for that long, but I really appreciate it. So thank you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe. Lots more content coming, but for now, I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video.